Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Candy J, your favorite certified clinical sexologist, relationship and intimacy coach, premarital marital counselor, wedding officiant, mocha marriage facilitator, marriage bootcamp coach, and 7 principles of making marriage work Gottman leader. Yes, all of those things means I'm highly qualified to tell you a few things, right? So, guys, so something was brought to my attention, right? About triggers, right? And I was in a session and I was talking to, a couple about, some family dynamics because I'm not sure if, I know I've said it a few times on live, but there are top 5 reasons for divorce. And it's intimacy and sex, it's housework, it's children, it's finances. And then the other one, which I'm talking about today, is family and friends. And so that the impact that family and friends has on you, right? And so let's dive into it for a second. We're talking about triggers, okay? And so, it is normal, for adult children and regular children, of course, to go to their parents about things that happen in your life. You come with a problem and either you want advice or you want to just to be listened to, and get that comfort from that parent, right? But there are things that you can do to trigger your child, whether they are a young child, a middle child, a young adult, or an older adult, right? There are things that you can do to trigger your child. First of all, let's talk about unsolicited advice. It's number 1, unsolicited advice. Hashtag unsolicited advice. Now listen. I usually tell people to kind of preface things, if you have that type of parent that's just going to give you, unsolicited advice. I'm coming with a problem. I'm just wanting to vent. And you are, well, you should do this and you should do that. No. I just need you to listen. I just need to vent. That's what you need to do because it can be very, very triggering. You can just tell them that I'm just looking for reassurance right now, not advice. And that I know that they can sometimes get offensive, offended. But listen. You can definitely avoid triggering your child by asking them in that moment, do you want advice or do you just want me to listen, right? And if that's just the reassurance that they need, then do that, right? Here's another one. Reminders to be grateful that you are so-and-so, right? You're not so-and-so. It's like you're uncomfortable with their negative emotions and negative feelings. So you just want them to be grateful. And you skip over the part where they wanted to be validated and their feelings were being heard, right? And you just like, oh, well, Susie Q had a terrible birth. Just be glad you didn't have that. No. Right now, validate what I'm saying to you right now. Validate how I'm feeling in this very moment, right? Because my feelings matter too, right? Even if you don't, think it's that bad or you disagree with why I'm so upset about it, validate my feelings, right? Jealous comments show is nice. How many times have you heard that from a parent? If that's just you, touch yourself and say, ouch, right? Hallelujah. Or hashtag that's me, Candy. Listen, don't respond with jealous comments. I sure wish I had that. I wish I had this. I wish I had those type of problems. No, that's not being helpful, and that can be very triggering to your child. No, validate them in that very moment. Here's another thing, making it all about you as the parent. One example I can think of, one of my friends actually said this. If I said, Mama, my hip is hurting, baby, let's not talk about how my hips be hurting and all these joints and aches and excuse me. Hold on. I thought I was talking about my ailment right now. Again, showing sympathy and empathy for that you think you're being empathetic by saying, "Oh, let's not talk about my hip." No, I'm so sorry that you're feeling that way. Is there anything that I can do? Have you wait? Have you tried anything, baby? Oh, mama, I've tried. Then maybe if she says or he says, do you have any other suggestions? Well, you know what? My head's been kind of hurting me. I use Bengay, baby. Or you can go soak in an Epsom salt bath. That makes me feel much better. You know what? And Clara Jane down the street, that's when you can go into that. Let's not get into how these hits. No. Very triggering. Awkwardness, turning away, being silent. You're making it awkward. And then that child is not going to, whether they're an adult or not, they're not going to want to come to you because you might mean well, right? But silence is never good. Can I get a okay? Even if you don't even know what to say in that very moment. Okay, I got you, baby. I understand. Sometimes, even if you don't understand, because right now, if they're just venting, okay, even a good head nod. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, that's. You see how I could have said, "Oh, that's terrible. That's bad." Nope. Because why? I'm just letting you get it out and validating. I'm validating with. Showing you that I'm actively listening at that very moment because you asked me to listen to you and not give you advice. Because I can be like, "Oh my God," and go off into a whole spiel about me, right? But as the parent, it's just that acknowledgement instead of criticizing, instead of saying all of these crazy things. You can definitely guide your adult children and your younger children, right? But they need to be heard as well, right? And then here's another one, shifting attention to your anxiety about the issue. Case and point. I can think of a very good one right this moment. So I have a friend that got into a car accident, right? And now she doesn't have a vehicle. She's waiting on all of the insurance stuff. And here go her mother. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Oh my goodness, Jesus, help us, Lord. I remember when I got into a car accident, they had just totaled mine. And I don't know how you gonna pay this bill. And did you get gap insurance? Because Jesus, I don't have the money to help you. And you went straight from hearing your child out, right, to now it's all about you because now you're anxious about the information that has just been given to you instead of being comforting or reassuring or just listening, right? Even if you feel all of those things, which your feelings are valid too, in this moment, you're here for your child. Okay. And you got to put yourself aside for a second to listen, right? So these are all things and ways that you can definitely trigger your children. And you just have to have more active listening skills. Okay. Here's another thing. Jokes. You always hold on. You always did. Making a joke about anything and then coupling it with labeling is never good. Okay. You were always a procrastinator. You never could get nowhere on time. You never been good with money. You just label them. And now, because some people say it in a joking manner, now you've joked about it and you were trying to possibly lighten the mood, but is that what you really did? No. So all of these things are ways that you can trigger your child, and just be cautious about the way that you speak. So we were talking about you shifted the attention to you about your anxiety. There was an awkwardness, right? You labeled them, you joked, right? You made it all about you. You made a jealous comment, must be nice. You reminded them to be grateful, but what their situation was definitely valid too, right? And then you gave them unsolicited advice. A couple of things that you can do definitely is ask them, what would you like me to do in this situation? How can I support you in this situation right now? Do you want advice or do you want me to listen? Are you trying to just vent? Okay. So I know that it's in our innate nature, right, to just want to help someone, especially our child, and give advice. But you kind of got to think about those things that could be triggering to them. And if you've never had these type of conversations, now would be the perfect time. Click off of this video and go have a conversation. Do I ever trigger you when you come to me about something? You'd be surprised what the answer is if you've never had those honest and authentic conversations. But again, my name is Candy J, your favorite counselor. Guys, come back for more mental health tips, sex education, wedding information, wedding travel information, and of course, those tidbits for communication in your relationship. Have a wonderful day, guys.